I hope you're having a good day at the fair. My name is Andrea Swensson. I work for 89.3 The Current. I'm the host of the local show on The Current. Who here has listened to the local show before? Yay! Thank you. It is on Sunday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. on The Current. You'll actually be able to hear this session that we're going to record right now on this Sunday night show at 6 o'clock. And I'm super excited about today's guest. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about him, and then he's going to come out. So today's guest is really significant to me. I think he's very significant to the story of our music community here in Minnesota. And he's very significant to understanding what happened to create what we now know as the Minneapolis sound. Are you guys familiar with the Minneapolis sound? Of course. Prince. Prince wasn't the only person involved in creating that sound. There was a whole generation of kids that came up in the same neighborhood together and performed together. You've probably heard the names Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Morris Day. Well, Andrea Cymone is also one of the people that had a hand in creating the Minneapolis sound, and I'm so excited to introduce you to him today. Andrea actually performed with Prince. They met each other when they were in junior high. They started a band together called Grand Central that went all through high school. They played at people's proms. I wish I could go back in time and be at one of those proms to see that. And then Andrea was actually the first guitar player in Prince's band, The Revolution. He played with Prince as Prince was going on his first solo tours and was with Prince until 1981. After that, he's gone on to have a very successful career as a solo artist and a producer. He's worked with a lot of big name acts out in Los Angeles, and he's working on new music, and we're gonna talk about that today as well. Andre's in town to perform with The Revolution at First Avenue. I saw him last night. It was amazing. He killed it. The whole band killed it, and we're gonna talk about that as well. So give it up, please, for Andrea Cymone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, Andrea, we're going to start with a song. First of all, I have to say congratulations on a successful show last night. That was amazing.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to start with a song that I think was just a highlight of last night. It's something that a lot of people have been playing and thinking about since Prince passed away this year, and I'm so honored that you've chosen to play it today. So we'll begin with Sometimes It Snows in April.
Check 1, 2. I just have to say, I guess before starting this, it's hard to say goodbye to a best friend. I think anybody can understand that. But I guess when your best friend made such amazing, beautiful music, I think, he would enjoy me and, The Revolution and people who performed with him to share his music with fans, especially his hometown fans, and the many fans he had around the world. I think he would like that. So, if I may, I'm going to play, as she said, Sometimes It Snows in April. Tracy died soon after a long-fought civil war. Just after I wiped away his last tear. I guess he's better off than he was before. Whole lot better off than the fools he left here. I used to cry for Tracy, 'cause he was my only friend. 'Cause like that don't pass you every day. I used to cry for Tracy, 'cause I wanted to see him again. Sometimes life just ain't the way Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes I feel so bad. Sometimes I wish that life would never end. And some things they say never lie. Springtime was always my favorite time of year. A time for lovers holding hands in the rain. Now springtime only reminds me of my Tracy's tears. Always cry for love, never cry for pain. He used to say, so strong, not afraid to die, not afraid of the death that left me hypnotized. But now I look at this picture, I realize nobody could cry like my crazy cry. Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes I feel so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending. And some things that they say never lie. Never lie. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, you know what? Is it okay if I do another song? Let's see. I think I'm going to do another one of his songs. It's Little Red Corvette. Yeah? All right. Now, I'm going to ask you guys to help me out on some of this stuff, so just bear with me. If you know the song, when the chorus comes, sing it, because my throat from last night and screaming and yelling is a little rough. So I'm taking it a little easy because I'm going to have to do it all over again tonight and tomorrow. So. But let's do this. Guess I should have known by the way you parked your car sideways that it wouldn't last. 'Cause you're the kind of person who believes in making out once, love them and leave them fast. Believe it or not, I must be dumb. She had a Parkinson's on you. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. What have I got to lose? Honey, I said, little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. You need to find a love that's gonna last. I guess I should have closed my eyes when she drove me to a place where your horses run free. 'Cause I felt a little ill when I saw all the pictures, the jockeys that were there before me. Believe it or not, I started to worry, wondered if I had enough class. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. Baby, have you got enough gas? Oh yeah, little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are, little red Corvette. You need to find a love that's gonna last. Oh, a body like yours ought to be in jail, 'cause it is on the verge of being obscene. Move over, baby. Give me the keys. Gonna try to tame your little red love machine. Come on, a little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are, little red Corvette. You need to find a love that's gonna last. Thank you. Thank you.
Andre Cymone. This is a local show session recorded live at the Minnesota State Fair in Carousel Park on NPR Day. Andre, I have to ask, I read this week in the newspaper that you did not listen to Prince's music for quite some time after leaving his band, and I'm thinking about it because you just played Little Red Corvette.
Right.
Was that one of the songs that you had to kind of revisit?
I really did. I didn't, I never played it when I was with him, so I didn't know. I mean, I didn't listen to the Controversy album, Parade, and 1999.
Wow.
It's not that I didn't listen to them. I heard, obviously you'd have to be, somewhere on a different planet. So I heard the songs. And I always liked Little Red Corvette. I mean, that's just an amazing, all of those are amazing songs. So, he's an amazing performer, period. So just, and so when the group asked me to do this, I thought, well, I got to go back and listen to the stuff. So I went back and I listened, and I was like, oh, and you start learning the chords. I mean, it's one thing when you're listening, as a musician, you're listening on the radio. But when you actually have to learn, the chords and the vocals and the inflections and some of the different ways, like Sometimes It Snows in April, that song is not the easiest song. None of them really are. I mean, and obviously nobody's ever gonna, match or do anything, close to the way that he did it. But, they were definitely fun, put it that way, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you also expressed was you had a little reservations about even participating in the Revolution reunions at first, but now you've got one of the nights under your belt. I'm wondering how you're feeling about everything.
Well, my throat, I mean, literally, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm definitely, my throat is, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, to say the least, but I think it was great. I'm looking forward to the night. I'm going to try to see if I can't, rest my voice a little bit, and and try to get ready for the night and tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's incredible. 3 nights in a row, all sold out, all in the First Avenue main room. So you've told me this story before, but it is so endearing that I'm wondering if you'll share it again today. Can you tell me about the first time that you met Prince?
The first time we met, it's one of those kind of things that you really can't forget. I really can't forget because, you go into a whole new school, I, grew up in a different neighborhood, and our family moved. Our family. Oh, thank you. No, please, no applause necessary. Our family moved from, one part of town to another part of town, so I had to start a whole new, high school, a junior high school. And I didn't know anybody there, and I just, and the way they do it, they have you're in the gymnasium, and they give you, sort of your, I guess your, which classes and your, where you got to go, where you got to be, your homeroom, and all that kind of stuff. So after he says that, he says, okay, go stand against the wall, Anderson. So I'm like, okay. And so I look, and there's a wall of, just guys. And I didn't know anybody, all strangers. I just looked around this whole lineup of people. And I looked, and I tried to see if there was, like a friendly face or, something. And I finally saw this one guy standing there, and he looked, kind of reminded me a little bit of myself, and I thought, maybe I'll go stand next to that guy. So I go stand next to him, and I said, hey, how you doing? I'm Andre. He said, I'm Prince. I said, oh, Prince, okay. I said, well, we started talking. I said, well, what do you do? He said, I play music. I said, oh, so do I. And I said, wow. I said, are you any good? He said, yeah, I think so. I said, yeah, well, so am I. And he said, well, let's see, let's go jam. And I was like,
wow.
Okay.
Just
and
like
so,
that.
Yeah, so we went and jammed, and he played, I mean, he played the piano. It's like at his dad's house. He played Man from U.N.C.L.E., and he had a little sort of like a 4-string acoustic guitar. And so I played bass, and we just started jamming. And we said, let's start a band, you know? We started a band, and the rest, as they say, is history. Yeah.
So there's been a lot written about, Grand Central and how you would play all these school dances, and Morris Day ended up becoming your drummer. But one thing that I don't know as well is, what did you guys sound like?
What did we what?
What did you sound like?
What did we sound like?
Yeah.
Oh. The interesting thing is I still have a lot of our demo tapes.
Really?
I have some of our performance tapes from when we played at little gigs we played at the fair. We played, we played everywhere. My mom, and my sister's out in the audience, my mom would have us playing anywhere. We'd play in the backyard. We'd play at, her, card, she'd have a bunch of friends over for card parties. We'd play anywhere. So if you can imagine, because Prince became a very, big superstar, but my mom would just say, well, I don't care what you guys are doing. You guys are going to have to come down to the Elks because, we're having and we need a band, so you guys are going to play, So, yeah. But to what we sounded like, I guess we sounded like a lot of the bands of the time, like, Earth, Wind, and Fire. We did a lot of rock and roll, like Grand Funk Railroad and Chicago. But we did a lot of funk, so Ohio Players. We did some Jimi Hendrix. We actually did a lot of, and I think that had a lot to do with, our music and the Minneapolis, what they call the Minneapolis sound, because as you guys know, growing up in Minneapolis, the radio is amazing because they played, and at the time, they just played really good rock. They didn't play very much R&B at all, so that was, that wasn't really, KMOJ, you could hardly get that, but they played really amazing rock and roll. And if you got like, there was like, I'm trying to remember, there was like an album-oriented radio station. I forget what it was. I think it was, oh man, I forget. But anyway, it was a big deal at the time. So you'd get
KQRS, was it?
KQRS, yeah. They would play like really, and so we would. Because at the time when we were broke, so it wasn't like you could run out and get records, at will. So when you heard it, we'd literally record it off the radio. So different reality. So.
Cool. You mentioned that you played the fair. Are you talking about the Minnesota State Fair?
Oh, yeah.
Grand Central.
Oh, man.
Prince played the Minnesota State Fair.
Oh, are you kidding? If there was a place to play, somebody said, well, we were playing some, because my mom was always into this. My mom was really sweet, but if anything she was doing, if she could get us to play, she was our first biggest fan, she would get us to play anywhere. She's like, you guys got to get up there. You guys got to go play. There's a gig here. You guys got to go. She was like, wasn't like a manager, but she was like, our biggest supporter, and definitely, it was beautiful.
Wow. Well, I want to talk to you more about the old days and also about the new music that you've been working on, but should we get another song?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want to do next?
I think I'm going to do another one of his songs, if that's all right.
All right.
So, if I may, I think I'm going to do a song called When You Are Mine. Does anybody know that song?
It's Andrea Cymone here on the local show live at the Minnesota State Fair.
So, this time, if I can get a little more of my vocal in here. I almost hear myself better over there than I do here. It's... Check, 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 check. As much as you can give me would be great. So I'd like to ask some audience participation on this one. I know I'm being slightly laid back, but I'm starting to feel that rock and roll bone in my back. It's starting to kick in. So I really want everybody to get involved in this one. This is what I want you to do. I want you to clap your hands, and this is how it goes. Like, everybody, come on. Everybody. Keep going. Yeah. When you were mine, I gave you all of my money. Time after time, you done me wrong. I never cared. I never was the kind to make a fuss when he was there, sleeping in between the two of us. I know that you're going with another guy. I don't care, 'cause I love you, baby, that's no lie. Keep going. I love you more than I did when you were mine. Yeah. I love you, baby, yeah, when you were mine. When you were mine, yeah, you were kinda sort of my best friend, so I was blind. I let you fool around, I never cared. I never was the kind to make a fuss when he was there, yeah. Sleeping in between the two of us. I know that you're going with another guy, yeah. I don't care, 'cause I love you, baby, that's no lie, yeah. I love you more than I did when you were mine. When you were mine. When you were mine, yeah. Now I spend all my time following him whenever he's with you. I know that you're going with another guy. I don't care, 'cause I love you, baby, that's no lie. I love you more than I did when you were mine. Yeah. Oh, baby, when you were mine. Oh, baby, yeah, when you were mine. I love you, baby, when you were mine, yeah. Oh, baby, when you were mine. Thank you so much. That was really sweet. And you hung in there the whole time. That's beautiful. You have to forgive me, I dropped the words because I was tripping because you guys were on it. All right.
I usually hate when people clap along because nobody can ever do it, but everyone just killed that.
Oh, they killed that, yeah.
Good job, everybody.
They were on it. I was like, I had a crowd of a drummer happening. So.
We're basically all in a band with Andrea Cymone now.
All right, so...
So why don't we chat a little bit more and then we'll end with another song.
Ooh. Wow, yeah. I gotta fix this before tonight, you know. I gotta...
We'll get some tea.
I gotta figure something out here.
So,
Okay.
Andre, I want to talk more about growing up in the neighborhood that you did, North Minneapolis, and specifically the time that you were growing up. You're working on some new material that is really influenced by the late 60s, early 70s political climate. I'm wondering if you can just talk a little bit more about, being a kid that was coming up and learning more about the world and what was going on, and how do you think that shaped you as an artist?
Wow. I think I always have to think about, because I'm the youngest in my family, youngest of 6. And, obviously, you can imagine the 60s, in Minnesota was, it was beautiful in a billion different ways. I mean, because my father was very, very, I mean, he was from Fergus Falls, so I mean, you don't really get much more Minnesota than Fergus Falls, you know, and I'm talking fishing, hunting, you know, I mean, we are, you know, born and raised, you know, we are from this earth, this Minnesota space and time, and that's just the reality. So, but, you know, the 60s, you know, it was an interesting time for America, period. You know, I mean, we all know it. You know, we can try to think we don't know it, but we know it. I mean, really, it was an interesting time. You know, I mean, and so America was going through a transformation. You had, you know, civil rights, and you had Martin Luther King, and you had John F. Kennedy, and you had just a lot of stuff and a lot of people trying to get their head around where we were going as a country. And, you know, and as I was a sponge, I mean, I was already, you know, I couldn't play music, but I knew that that's what I wanted to do at the time. So I was like, I was soaking it all in. I was soaking in all the, I mean, I saw every speech, I was a big John F. Kennedy fanatic, but I was also a big MacArthur fanatic. I was also a big, you know, obviously Martin Luther King fanatic. And I was just, my dad made sure that, you know, all of us were very, very plugged in, as did my mother, to the political climate and the reality. So I think, you know, and then there was the music.
Yeah.
You know, because the music of the 60s and the 70s was off the chain. You had everybody, you know, and I think the interesting thing is it wasn't just black artists that were making statements at the time about what was going on. You had white artists like Bob Dylan. You had the Beatles. You had, you know, not to mention, you have James Brown and, you know, and Bob Marley and all the different artists but you just had everybody, you know, realizing, you know what, this world, I mean, this country, this world, this planet, we're here. We're here. That's just the bottom line. Nobody's going, there's no ship that's going to come, no spaceship. That's never going to happen, you know, so we got to figure something out. So artists really influenced me, you know, because I was listening and, you know, I think I listened to, it was an interview when I was like a little kid. I heard an interview with him because I used to watch literally the Beatles. And I always listened to people who were saying something of substance, you know, so. And it was an interview that I think was with, I don't know if I assumed that it was John Lennon because I was too young at the time to really totally decipher who was who. But he was saying, I don't know about God, he doesn't discriminate against who's going to drink the water or who's going to breathe the air or who's going to, you know, do all this different stuff that, you know. So, and I thought, wow, that's a deep perspective. And I thought, yeah, that is kind of true. I mean, there's, you know, we're all here, so nobody's, you know, we're all on the same planet. So we kind of got to have each other's back, you know, because this is a beautiful planet. Look at this. This is beautiful. This little moment in time that we're in, this is I like to call it our 100 years, you know? This is your 100 years. This is your 100 years. This is your 100 years. You're getting started, but this is like, you got to think about that, man. This is like, and you get to be a part of it, whatever you want to do. Write, do music, but you got to contribute, you know? You got to step up. Everybody's got to step up because this is our little moment right here. And history will look back and they will say, what did you do? Did you step up or did you just sort of sit this one out and hope that somebody else is going to do the heavy lifting? And so I can't do that. I mean, God obviously gave me a gift to do music and to write songs. And so that's, you know, what I've dedicated my life. And I'm not, you know, it's like I lean toward rock and roll, which is a little rough because I can do funk and R&B and all that kind of stuff like I breathe. But I think rock and roll is such a free-spirited form of expression, musical expression, because I think it cuts through, you know, a lot of barriers, you know,
Yeah.
and I think some of the other music formats are so, you know, if you're not doing it this way, or if you're not doing it that way, then you're not real this or you're not real that. And, you know, you know, those are games that I'm not interested in playing because, you know, again, if this is just our 100 years, who's got time to play games? You got to cut to the chase. You got to come out with songs that are saying something and are reaching people, and you want people to just connect, you know, period, simple, plain. Listen to the simple songs that changed, I guess the mindset, of America. David Bowie. I could go, the list goes on with some of the stuff, Heroes and, Changes and then you start getting into, all the other different, there's just so much music and so many artists that, that stepped up. And then, and I'm starting to finally see artists and people step up and say, you know what, we gotta really step up and represent. So anyway, I don't mean to get long-winded, but,
I like it. What do you think keeps you motivated and inspired to keep making new music?
Well, believe it or not, watching the news has a lot to do with me being inspired. Really, 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 really. When you watch some of the stuff, watching the news is one thing, because there's just so much misinformation, and they treat, all of us like we're not smart. And the reality is, we're smarter than almost all the politicians, really. Anyone, right now, I would just say any one of you guys out there could be a better president than anybody that's running for president right now. That's just, and I'm not gonna get, too deep into politics, but I'm just saying that, so here we are. We have to, get involved. Because it's just, so that motivates me. And then my kids, all of them. I have older kids and younger kids, and but they definitely motivate, because I think about them, and they love to hear me play the guitar, and they make me play the guitar. Sometimes they make me play songs, little, Batman, and I wrote a song. My son made me write a specific song for the Hulk, because the Hulk doesn't have a theme song.
Oh.
So I had to write a theme song for the Hulk, So yeah, but those are some of the many things. Everything really. The sky inspires me. Very earthly things. Because I have a philosophy about what's important to me. I always think the tattoo on my arm says strip, and people always think that's some sort of nasty thing. No, it's not. It's just my philosophy is that if you take away everything, take away the buildings, take away anything man-made, you strip everything away, and you say, okay, what's important? People. You guys, us, family, the planet. It's really simple, it's not, people always go way, way too far trying to find some, secret sauce. There is no secret sauce. It's real simple, basic stuff. Strip it all away. What's important? Family. You're important to me. You are. You really are. And that's the bottom line, because we got to have each other's back, man. It really comes down to that. And I truly believe it. And that's what inspires me. I look out and I see faces, and I will probably leave and write a song, because I write way too much music. So it's.
Can you write too much music?
I can write. Trust me when I tell you, I write way. If you ever saw my cell phone, you could scroll through literally thousands of songs. It's just, it's almost, it's almost a problem for me, because it's almost bordering on. Because then when it comes time to actually make an actual record or something for somebody else, there's too much to choose from. Trying to pick out of 670 songs. That's not. Hey. I just recognized somebody in the crowd that I didn't know was here. But that's a really tough thing to do.
Well, would you like to share something new with us? Maybe something off of your EP that's going to come out?
I would love to, if that's all right. Is that all right? Okay.
This is Andrea Cymone on the local show recorded live here at the Minnesota State Fair.
Yeah. So, let's see. Hopefully, I won't mess this one up, because I've not been batting 1,000 up here. I'm not gonna lie. But this is a song, as she said, is off my upcoming CD, actually, and it's a song. It's called "We All Need Something," and it's kind of a little bit about what I'm talking about. A little bit. It's just we all need something, and as the song goes on, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I've been freaking bored since I was cut from my own umbilical cord. Restless days and crazy long-ass nights, crowded clubs and color, hot-ass lights. Well, it's clear, it's crystal clear, we all need something to get us through the night. We all need something, no matter if it's wrong or right. We all need something. In another life I wouldn't care, making love to little Miss Truth or Dare. I'd wear my long black fur me coat in June, sing my song and watch 'em play my tune. Well, it's clear, it's crystal clear, we all need something to get us through the night. We all need something, don't matter if it's wrong or right. We all need something, I need something, baby, I need you. See, I've been locked up, I've been incarcerated, I've been handcuffed. It's been rough. See, was I ever in rehab? I'm not sure. But it's been crazy. But one thing I did learn is, one thing is clear. It's crystal clear. It's so clear. It's so crystal clear. We all need something to get us through the night. We all need something, don't matter if it's wrong or right. I need something, I need something, baby, I need you.
Let's hear it again for Andrea Cymone. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you. So
We did it.
all right. I want to thank everybody. That was really, really fun, and it's good. You know, it's really good to be home. It really is. I feel, you know, every time I come back here, I feel a love. I feel a sense of, you know, when you're born someplace, it's really, you know, you can travel the world. Hello, this is my gang. I have grandkids and the whole, and you know, you can travel the world and you can see. You know, I've been, you know, obviously as a musician, all over this place, all over this planet. And, you know, I've seen people from Germany. We went to a small little village in Germany, to Italy. It's just been, you know, I mean, you know, I've been blessed, but I'm from here. And when I come back here, I just feel settled. I feel very, very humble. And I'm so proud to be from Minnesota. So I just want to thank everybody so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you all for coming out. Happy NPR Day at the Minnesota State Fair. And tune into the local show Sunday nights at 6.